Chris Hemsworth has a new crime caper movie in theaters this weekend, and it sure seems like it's trying to be a new Heat, Michael Mann's movie Heat, trying to be a new Heat for the next generation. And look, it doesn't get to that point, but I do appreciate the effort. Everybody, I'm Sean McBride, the movie guy. Today, let's talk about Crime 101.
He hits jewels, cash, and high-value items. He knows exactly what to transport and when. There's no DNA. He's in and out in seconds.
Your guy's untraceable.
I need that.
I came here to make you a business proposition. Worked at the same company for 11 years. You're a VP when you should be a partner.
Those high-value items your company insures,
I make them disappear. Start by handing me your phone.
So you're a thief.
In Crime 101, Chris Hemsworth plays a thief who robs diamond couriers. Now look, he's always well-dressed, he doesn't ever hurt anybody, and he stages his crimes next to the 101 freeway, so he always has an easy escape route. He's smart, organized, and most importantly, he seems like a really nice guy. I mean, sure, he's going to steal millions of dollars from you, but he's so likable that you kind of hope he gets away with it. Now, obviously, he's not alone in the movie. We also get to meet Mark Ruffalo, playing a cop who's obsessed with catching the 101 bandit. And then there's Halle Berry, who's a woman who hates her job. She works for an insurance company, and her job is to ensure that all of these diamonds and the fancy artwork, that none of this stuff gets stolen. All of these characters are pretty likable, and they have complicated backstories, so we understand how they get caught up in this caper. And then there's Barry Keoghan. Keoghan plays this dangerous motorcycle riding rival thief. He's a wild card who might just get everybody killed. And of course, his actions all lead up to a big robbery in the end, which was exciting and pretty satisfying. So this is a crime caper, so of course we're going to get some action sequences, but the bulk of this movie comes in the off hours, the thing these main characters are doing when they're not doing the crime stuff here. So for example, we meet Chris Hemsworth when he meets a woman and starts to fall in love with her. She's played by Monica Barbaro. It's kind of sweet seeing him trying to be, to be awkward and fall in love and court this woman, even while he's trying to keep his secret going. And then there's Mark Ruffalo. He's having trouble at the police department because the officers don't seem to be interested in getting justice as much as getting their clearances going. He's having trouble at work. And the same thing with Halle Berry. She hates her job. She hates her sexist boss. You would understand why she might be willing to go over to the dark side. I mean, thank goodness, all of these are very good actors. So taking time away from the main crime story is all pretty believable and pretty watchable. But all of these secondary stories make this film into 2.5 hours in length. And I do appreciate the depth to the screenplay, but sometimes this movie is tough to sit through. But honestly, I think this would have worked better if it had been a tight 90-minute thrill ride, or hear me out on this one. What if you expanded into like a 10-part series here where we get to delve into these personal lives, because there's certainly enough drama here to get into that, and then it all culminates in a big showdown. I think that would have been great. But as it is right now, it just feels long. Now look, I did appreciate all of the sexy Los Angeles shots. It's a love letter to the city, living by the beach, and to car culture. Of course, these criminals never get stuck in traffic during the chases, so it's kind of a fairy tale. And look, we do deal with crime and corrupt cops and homelessness in the movie, so maybe it's a love and a hate letter to Los Angeles. And finally, the action stuff, which I think is pretty good. We get a robbery, a car chase, and that final crime. It's all pulse-pounding stuff, very tense. I wish there had been more of it, but then the movie would be pushing 3 hours, and we all know how I feel about long movies. So look, ultimately, I did enjoy this film. The script is nice and meaty. The performances are good all around, and the production design and the car chases and those things, that's all top-notch. It did drag at times, but that's really my only real critique. I think this is a very good movie, particularly if you are an adult who can handle the drama in between the car chases. I give Crime 101 3 stars out of 4. And back to Michael Mann's Heat. I mean, there are shots here that are kind of reminiscent of that, and certainly it's setting up a situation where it wants to be a new Heat for a new generation. Doesn't come close to that. But I do think there's a lot of really good stuff here, and if you like Heat, then you might be satisfied with this movie as well. So check it out. And if you do check it out, come back and comment below. Tell me what you think. Of course, subscribe to my channel so you get all of these reviews just as soon as they drop. And of course, also check out the podcast. It's called Two Movie Guys. And every week, my friend Joe Fryer and I get together and we chat about the movies, all of the movies in greater detail than what we do here on YouTube. Just check out Two Movie Guys wherever you get your podcasts. So as I mentioned earlier, there are a lot of movies out for Valentine's Day. We've already reviewed 4 of them. There's a couple more, but in particular, there's a family film option. And coming up next, we'll talk about the animated film Goat. We'll see you then. Bye.